Over here, this gentleman goes by the name of Cameron.
Hello, people.
Now, what's this guy's name? We don't know yet. I'm hoping you'll help me name this baby. Right now, it's called $1 Baby, because that's how much I paid for him. But I'm worth a hell of a lot more than $1. I'm the cutest baby ever. So I decided also I wanted to make some clothes for him. So I got this here, and I'm going to cut it up and make him a little outfit. He needs an outfit as pimpin' as he is, you know. Okay. Pop this out. Just pop out the chat. Just pop out the chat. Put it on live chat. Me out of this. Okay, so if anybody arrives, if anybody's here and they have any thoughts about possible baby names, put it and we'll put it under consideration. Oh yeah. That is one hell of a baby. That's right, I'm one hell of a baby. Pow, pow. Sting like a butterfly, float like a bee. You got that backwards, baby. It's sting like a bee and float like a butterfly. All right, so let's begin doing a little bit of baby clothes prepping. I'm going to start by cutting off. And Cameron's got his own baby he's working on.
Got a baby also. Does this head come off by any chance?
I do not know.
If I try to take it off, is that a big problem?
No.
Okay.
That's fine.
It feels like it'll just pop off, and then the clothes will be a lot easier.
Okay. So I'm going to get these scissors here. Hi, Inner Panic. I already gave birth to it. It's right here. It's $1 baby. I got it from the Lush Meadows swap meet this morning. Cameron and I and Rachel went there.
We all got something that we needed.
Yes, we did. I needed this baby. Okay. Now we're cooking with progress. You might say, Eric, you're not an expert sewer. Hello, I like your stream so much. Well, thanks, Alita Den Beston. Let me make this bigger. Like so.
So, Eric, do you have a design for what you're going to make?
I don't know yet. I know we're going to start with some of this cloth here. And I'll just kind of play it by ear and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
You're much more of a planner than I am. You've got some plans going on over there.
Oh, I already have a shit ton of plans. So, show.
Eric, do you ever see yourself going back to making observations and helping build typology? I mean, I continue to make observations about typology all the time. I just, to the extent that typology is going to be improved by it, that's predicated on the willingness of others to listen, which is there's a lot less willingness there than there is for me to explain. I'm always explaining. It's what I do. Besides making doll clothes, of course. My main job is making doll clothes, but all right, let's see. This is kind of like a toga he could have a toga. To start out with, we don't even need to sew at all. He just had immediately a toga. But I don't like that toga. So we're gonna work on this a little bit better. Okay? We're gonna make it the best damn outfit he's ever seen. So we're gonna cut this in half. Like so. Okay. Now we're going to cut a piece off of this here, like so. It's right along this line. Make sure it's straight. Okay. So, what's next in the baby dressing world? Well, so I think what we're going to do is make him a pair of pants like this, not a kilt. So accordingly, I need to cut a cut here in the middle, like, yeah, but not all the way up. All right. So what I'm going to do is sew. Well, I need to fold this a little bit more. And get this the right size for him. And then I'm going to do a little sewing. These are kind of big pants, I think, actually. But that's fine. You know what? We're just going to sew it like this, and then we'll sew the legs. First, we'll sew right here. So let's get our needle. Eric Jr. You like Eric Jr. as a name for the baby? I'll keep that. It's on the list of possibilities. I'm not inclined towards Eric Jr. myself, but it's on the list. Because otherwise he'd be naked. Duh. Do you want a naked baby doll? No. You need him to have clothes, obviously. I bought this baby at the swap meet today for $1. I just thought, my God, I can't pass up on that deal. His current working name is $1 Baby, but I think he needs a better name than $1 Baby. Not that $1 Baby is a terrible name. All right. Let's see if I can get this through here. This is always the tricky part.
All right. I made windy.
Hi, I'm Wendy. It looks like it's windy in my outfit. Ooh.
Your outfit made out of paper towels. You need some cloth, Cameron?
I don't know. I feel like that was a success.
That is a great success. I mean, there's no doubt that her
I
paper...
could sculpt it a little more if I could take some of this. Can I take
please,
this
please.
piece?
Yeah, sure.
And, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
take that. They can both wear the same kind of outfit. All right. So now, was the title of this dream clickbait? Is this just about a baby doll and you're making baby doll clothes? Yes. But it's name my baby. It's not clickbait at all. The baby doesn't have a name yet. If I had already named the baby, then it would be clickbait. But I didn't already name the baby. $1 Baby is just not a good enough name for him. Alright, so we're going to do a little sewing here as per me. This will help his clothes stay on. If you don't have a well-dressed baby, people are going to think you have no class. So you have to dress your baby in the fanciest couture fashion, as I am doing now. As you can probably tell, I'm something of an expert sewer. I fully get the concept of sewing.
Did you take sewing in middle school?
No, I did not. I took typing. Back in the day, they teach you typing on typewriters.
JKL semi. You knew where JKL and semi were. You have to type that shit.
Yeah.
You didn't know it. You straight up failed a class.
Because I don't like you looking at your fingers. Like, stop looking at your fingers. Why don't you stop looking at your fingers, bitch?
Exactly.
What I said to my typing teacher.
That's why the typewriters were bolted down.
He has way too much time on his hands, as you can all see. This is an important activity. This is what I've been waiting for a long time, actually. It's like, I've been depressed, you know? I've been depressed for a couple of years, really. I didn't recognize it as such, but I was definitely depressed because it's like I forgot how to play. Well, like maybe a month ago or so, I just kind of stopped being depressed. And now I'm back to playing. Cameron and I started to make a pond yesterday outside.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we gotta work on that some more. But now that's what I'm talking about. Fun, right? Fun is important. Fun is very important. So I don't really hear any good suggestions so far as the doll's name. Not Dreamstream. Well, I mean, I don't think it's clickbait. I think it's pretty obvious from the picture that I'm talking about this doll.
Do people think that they're naming a human baby?
Maybe they think that.
Jeez, people. You're axing a lot.
Yeah, you're accent a lot. All right. I'm pretty pleased with how this is coming together so far. This needs to not be around that, obviously. There. And as you may or may not be able to see, I'm winning an award for best baby clothes ever. Oh. Alright, that's fine. So I'll just tie this one like so. Okay. Now I have to cut this. Now I need to get this part. And I need to cut this. Right. Now, there's my needle. Hi, Winston's mom. I'm not going to store any pot in the doll.
up, Winston's mom?
I am simply, I've adopted a new baby. It cost $1 at the Lush Meadows swap meet. I did it. I got it through. That's the hard part right there. How about Churchill? Churchill is the name for this guy? That's not a bad name. Cujo, more of a dog name. I consider Churchill. Churchill's on the table. Cujo, I'm not sure about that one. But, you know, Churchill is definitely a better name than $1 baby. He only cost $1, if you can believe it. Rachel got a lamp that we've needed for her bedstand for like 2 years now. She finally got one this morning at the Les Meadows swapping. All right, so this is really coming together. Actually, I'm quite impressed with my pants so far. Just gonna keep on keeping on until it's all done. Eric has too much time on his hands. You know, I got really sick last night. I was up all night puking. Till finally, like at 4 or 5 in the morning, and finally, like, my hot and cold sweats finally ended, and my nausea ended, and I was able to get a little morning sleep. Okay. There. Now, this. You're really setting some fashion trends here, Churchill. His name until somebody else comes. It's a boy. It's a boy, and he's kind of a pickup artist. Like, one of the first things he did when we got in the car was he started hitting on Rachel. And he was like, I was pretty mad at him for this, obviously, but he was like, oh, hey, you got some dust on you. And then he touched her boob like that. He's one of those kind of guys. So, you know, you got to watch out for him. He'll try to like diss you so that you like him or something. That's how those pickup artists do. They think. They say, you'd look cute if you lost a few pounds. Shit like that. Like, what kind of girl would go for that? I don't know. Not me. If I were a girl, I wouldn't go for that.
No, I can't go for that. No.
No can do. Okay. Is Churchill his first name? Churchill Benningtons? Churchill der la Vonderpunk? Churchill der la Vonderpunk. It's a good name for him. Okay. Let's see here. think you're doing a pretty good job here, really. You know, like the old pioneer women and stuff, they could really benefit from watching me, I think. Watching me and learning how to sew properly. Okay. Making good progress on this. You know, it's worth noting, I'm doing all of this without any amphetamines or even any Wellbutrin. That's how you know I'm not depressed anymore. But I definitely was for a good solid couple of years there. I just wasn't myself. Okay. Looking pretty good. Alright, so for this, I need to cut this off here. Okay, now I guess I'll go back up here with the rest of this. Through there, maybe. Okay. I'm going to tie that like so, and then we will cut this off. Here we go. All right. His pants are looking pretty good, but it seems like they're a little high. I think I want to hem them a bit.
You got the needle going and everything over there?
Yeah, I only have one needle though.
No, it's fine.
You might be able to find another one in here, but I
We'll
don't
trade
think
off.
so.
I'm still on design, Eric.
Oh, you're still on
I
design.
gotta.
Oh, okay. Well, I've designed for this gentleman one thing called pants, and then later maybe we'll design a Porter Churchill. Porter Churchill, huh? Porter. I like that as the first name. But I think I might like Churchill Porter better than Porter Churchill. Okay, well, this is I guess these pants are done. Now I just need to get him a shirt. Does he want a matching shirt? We have guests. Yes, Cameron's here. Cameron's also making baby clothes.
Hey people, here's my pattern. Here's what I've done with it. Going places.
Yeah. I should be watching the Masters. I'm not that into golf. Okay. There. Now, I'm going to take a break and, no, it's just regular Cameron.
Are we getting the Kurt? Is this Kurt Cameron
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah. I'm going to go take a little break now that I'm done with this pants. I also want to turn on the air conditioning in here. It's a little warm. I am very in touch with my little girl. That's true. My inner little girl. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, it's all little girl, outer and inner. The other guy is making clothes for the girl that Tiffany stole her clothes. Tiffany stole this girl's clothes. I just lost still though. She lost it, but I found them.
Well, thank Cameron for making me some duds.
Yeah. No one needs see that. Yikes. No one needs see what. I mean, no one needs see anything, really. Okay. Now let's go to the I did a great job getting pants on my $1 baby, aka Porter Churchill. Hi, Matarazzi Sam. Colin Robinson is here. Are you saying that the baby should be named Colin Robinson? Get out of your head, land. Get out of your head and let Jesus into your heart. Well, have you examined my heart to see if Jesus is already in there? Seems to me you may be jumping to erroneous conclusions. Do I have sympathy for Wile E. Coyote? Sure. What do you mean I don't believe in God? I talk to him every day. I talked to him a lot last night. Like, oh God, why am I feeling so sick? I was puking up a storm last night, all night long. I ended up taking like 6 showers. Earlier today, when we were driving back from the swap meet, there was a turtle crossing the road, and I stopped and I picked it up and put it off to the side where it wasn't going to get run over. I'm kind, just not your kind. I now have how many seedlings in the ground that seem to be actively growing? 1, 2 survivors from the snow. I planted that one yesterday. There's another survivor from the snow. I planted that one yesterday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 plants in already. But I'm not sure. Like this one might not make it. Got snowed on too much. The sun feels good. Feels like making boo doo 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 doo. Feels like making gloves. Feels like making gloves with you. Starting to get the butterflies around. The butterflies after which this place is named. Mariposa is Spanish for butterfly. Because I guess when they first came here, I saw a shit ton of butterflies. Oh, why is this door open? That's far. Oh, what am I getting out of here? Oh, right. I know what I'm getting. A different material for his shirt. See? Pretty good, huh? I have different pants and shirt. Just like a real person. Let me clean the cat box while I'm here. Alright, there we go. All done with that. When am I building the studio? Are you talking to me? You're gonna come over and lay down some tracks? You come over and lay down some tracks right now if you want. What kind of tracks are you gonna lay down? Yes, hamburgers can be part of a nutritional breakfast. Why did they say you're not kind? I don't see that. Who said that? I'm not kind? I don't think I'm unkind. Kamala. It's a dude, baby, okay? He's a bit of a PUA. He's a pickup artist. You are gambling with World War III. I'm gambling with World War III? Oh, that was Ike who said that. Well, you're welcome over anytime, Ike. Next time you're in Central California, tell me you're here and you're welcome to stay with us. We got plenty of space. We've officially, at this point, declared Rachel's room is just Capio's room because Rachel never goes in there. So, you know, there's Cameron's room. He comes every once in a while, you know. And then there's a blue room, which is just, it's just a closet for Rachel. The only thing that she uses in there is the closet. You can come over and smoke on my pod. I dare you to smoke on my pod. You'd have to smoke a lot of pot. I have quite a bit of it right now. You'd have to, like, smoke a whole ounce to his head. Pot's cheap. I can get an ounce in Merced of good weed for a little over $100. It's not that bad at all. It lasts a while, you know. It used to be more expensive. Cameron,
Yes.
in case you want to incorporate a second material, I have here corduroy.
Ah, interesting.
I'm gonna make homie's shirt out of corduroy.
You know, they do that in the challenges like that. Like all of a sudden you're done. The guy's walking around, he's like, okay.
Now you have an
Yeah.
extra challenge.
Yep. You only have 40 minutes left.
And you must incorporate corduroy.
You must. That's exactly what. Who's that guy? Tim Gunn or something?
Yeah, Tim Gunn is one such guy.
Yep.
You know what I think? I think that Tim Gunn guy might be a homosexual. I mean, I'm not judging, but that's really homophobic. Okay, here we go. Now, let's see. We'll cut this here. Cameron doesn't really drink that much. He does drink occasionally, but he can have whatever alcohol we got around here if he wants it. You know, there's beers in the garage. There's gin above the stove. There's white wine.
I'm good. I'm totally fine without it.
Yeah, Cameron's like Rachel. He's not like he's not like me where I can't drink, but he just doesn't really like to drink that much.
Feels like a healthier type of friendship to not have to drink alcohol every time you see each other. Like I got a new friend recently, but all we did was we'd go to the Buccaneer bar and do trivia night, which means drinking, smoking weed, and drinking more, and then driving home. Which, like, you know,
You don't have very far to go from the Buck.
that's true. I just, you know, it's just part of my principles. I just don't want to drink more than one drink and drive. It just doesn't. It just seems like the wrong thing to do.
Well, good for you, Ike. I find that most of the best people in the world do smoke a lot of pot.
Totally.
There are some exceptions. My daughter doesn't like to smoke pot. Okay. Now, I think we're gonna need to cut some armholes here. Throw booze in a room of men and they'll start a fight. Throw weed in and they'll start a band.
You saying men don't rape?
I guess not on weed. Okay. Now, let me put armhole number 1.
Alright, well I've got a, it's not perfect, but it's an all staple, no sew design. And, she could go washing windows just about anywhere.
She looks fantastic, Cameron. I must say, I really like the incredibly large shoulder pads she's got. These are very 1980s.
Yes.
Okay, so I think I did this a little bit backwards. There, this will be fine. I'll have like a cape, basically. Alright, so now we're going to put another armhole right here. Okay. What I want to do is put a button on his shirt now. But I could just sew it up like this. He'd still be pretty fly for a white baby. Right, so I'm just going to sew it right here. I just have a little bit of string here left, which is fine. That string's not long enough. Oh, well. Okay, fine. I will get rid of this string and get a new string. Let's see. I could use a different color thread. Because now he's got a brown shirt. I'll use some brown thread. I'm not Taylor Swift. I'm just a Swift Taylor. Swift, but shitty. I won't use any racially colored threads. Don't worry. Go in. Nope. Get through there. Go. Are you through? No. What a difficult thing to do.
The needle threading?
Yeah.
Do you lick it, chop the end with
Yeah.
the scissor, get
Yeah.
a fresh end,
Yeah, I did all
and
that.
then visualize where you're trying to drag it. Don't necessarily have to see it. You have to visualize where it ought to be. Once you get one side, just glimpse of it, then you know you just drag it right in.
Yeah, it goes through. Okay. Cut off the end of the string. Lick it.
And after you lick it, you cut it again real short. Just get that last trimmings off.
Ha ha ha! I did it.
Yeah.
Porter Murphy Churchill. Porter Murphy Churchill is this baby's name, I guess. I'm Porter. I am going to turn on the game. That's what I was actually just thinking about that, Putty Cat. Right before you said it, I was like, okay, once I get this thing threaded, I'm going to turn on the A's game. We lost to the Mets by a run yesterday. I didn't get to watch the game because I was super sick last night. But I saw the score. And the Giants playing the Yankees. I find myself rooting for the Yankees over the Giants, of course, because that's Rachel's team. All right, here we go.
Switching to Francisco Lindor, bats first, then Juan Soto and Pete Alonso. Brandon Nimmo is the cleanup hitter. The starting Marte after him, then Vientos, Beatty, Siri, and Senior. And Chris, the Bulldog is back in the big leagues. That's right, the man out of Mississippi State, JT Ginn, back in the Grande Ligas. And I think if you look at the first two starts under the belt of JT Ginn in the Pacific Coast League, well, you can see why he's here. Absolutely dominant. 11 innings, Chris, just 2 walks, 19 punch-outs. That's the high water mark in the PCL. He finds himself right here against the New York Mets, ready to get his 2025 campaign started in green and gold. Athletics wearing their green uniforms, green caps, white pants. Mets in their road grays. New York improved to 9-4 after a 7-6 win, a close one last night. A's enter play at 5-9 today. The first pitch is well inside.
Yeah, the A's may be 5-9, but they're better than most 5-9 teams. I tell you, I expect good things from the A's this year. Brent Rooker's having a very slow start, but he'll heat up. Law Dog's having a bit of a slow start, but he'll heat up.
Chops one foul, 1-1. Francisco snapped an 8-game hitting streak last night after going 0 for 5.
We're not going to have like the best pitching staff in the world, but we've got a great closer in Mason Miller.
Alonso, Marte, and Nimmo more than made up for. Especially Pete Alonso. 1-1. Now Bouncing ball to the backhand, Muncy. He kicks it. Throw to first. Recovering Wilson. And that will put Lindor on first. Here's the defense for the A's. In the outfield on Duhart, Leday, and Rooker. With Urias at third, Wilson and Muncy up the middle, and at first is Tyler Soderstrom. Behind the plate is Johnny Pareda.
Workers playing outfield? They should let me put him as an outfielder on my fantasy team. He's not just a DH. If he's playing outfield today.
So it's Juan Soto, who went 1 for 4 last night. Swings on the first pitch, another tapper. Urias goes to second. The throw at first is just late. But a bang play. Urias had enough time to get the lead runner, and one is down in New York's offensive half of the first. Jacob Wilson feeling frisky this afternoon. It's a good job by Urias to close the gap. Get that ball over to second. Jay Willie gonna let it fly again. Man, very.
Jacob Wilson's a beast, you know. He's like our Tommy Edman, but I think he's even better than Tommy Edman. He rarely swings and misses. He's got excellent plate discipline.
So it's Alonso now 3 for 3 last night. Did everything right offensively for New York.
Okay. I need it up a little bit higher, as you can see.
Now at 378 on the young season. There's a strike. Man behind the plate. Nick Marley calls strike number 2. Vic Carapazza, the crew chief, is at first. Mark Ripperger at second. And Nick Lentz, who was behind the plate last night, is at third today. So 0-2 to Alonso with Soto at first. 1 out for New York against JT Ginn. Ooh, how about that? JT Ginn, 97.
Okay.
51% of the time
See.
going back to 2024. And almost flips the block here. Well, let's take a look at the man behind the dish this afternoon. That man is Nick Marley. Salute to you, sir. Thank you for your service. Veteran of the U.S. Air Force, where he worked on survival systems on the F-16s. You want to ask any more questions? Well, you're going to need some clearance for that. Pitcher-friendly strike zone, especially towards the top and bottom, so not afraid to go vertical. Understandable for a guy in the Air Force. 1-2, working in on Alonso. Did he go around? He did not.
Okay.
A lot of close calls up top. That could have gone either way. That Nick Lentz was not calling strikes until the late parts of the game. Yeah, it started to open up a little later. I think for the most part, Nick Lentz did a pretty good job of staying consistent. I agree. 2-2, found a way. You said it at the beginning of this at bat, Pete Alonso.
All right, you guys are ready to see it? Are you ready to see the final product?
Can you chuck me the piece of corduroy?
Sure. You want the sewing needle?
I might be able to live without it if I have the corduroy.
Okay.
But maybe the sewing needle after.
As the 2-2 pitch comes in, and Alonso swings and misses. Upset he didn't get that one.
Okay, well, here's the needle. And if you want to use it, you probably have to tie more thread on the end of it.
Sure.
There's a good look at it. 88 working its way away from Peter.
I think I'm done dressing my baby. I mean, sure, he could use a hat. Who's Hunter? Yeah, I was having trouble getting it. Just like sex, I was like, where is the hole? You know, same as sex, just keep poking around, eventually you'll find it. Wow, that's a pretty fancy clothing for this guy. I want to go show Rachel.
Its expectation is to not be a wild card team in the playoffs, but to win that division outright against Bryce Harper and the Phillies and Ronald Acuna Jr. and the Braves. And young, hungry Washington Nationals club that may surprise some people. They'd like to think they can. You know, he got on the board. This was early fastball down and in. And again, the left-handers not afraid to hunt those pitches
I'm
down in there.
Porter
Fastballs left on left.
Churchill Murphy.
To the inside.
Porter Churchill Murphy.
And I think of the Mets line, that's
Sup?
this
Hey, D2. You know what? You got a little dust on you. You got a little dust. You're gonna wipe it off. Yeah, you know, you'd be real cute if you kept the dust off you. He's a pickup artist. Be careful with him, D2. He's got some sort of magical hypnotism power over women. Yeah, I gotta go show Rachel. Porter's a boy, obviously. He's a pickup artist.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe
But you know, he's not in puberty yet, so he's just keeping track of chicks he will bang eventually. I gotta go show Rachel my cringy slogan, but it worked for the Americans. Yeah, I'm sure he's a boy. I mean, granted, he's not massive down here yet, but it's because he's a baby. Alright, darling, I wanted to show you.
Oh my gosh! You did a great job!
Pretty good, huh?
It looks fantastic.
Thanks. Thank you.
Porter's his name?
Yeah, Porter Churchill Murphy. I'm pretty impressed too.
Let's see what you got there. Wow, he looks like a Star Wars baby.
Right, he's got kind of a cloak going on. But if you wanted to make it more like a shirt, you can fold it up a little bit.
Like a little Australian
hem it.
outbacker.
And you could hem it. I could, if I wanted to, I could even sew here, you know. But
Sure.
I think I'll leave it
Oh,
multi-purpose.
and that would turn into pockets for all of his goods. And
Right. Well, he's got a lot of. He's got his little black book where he writes down all the girls' phone numbers. I don't think they use that anymore. That's kind of a dated reference. Probably now you just put it in your phone. Well, Porter, I am so glad I got you. You only cost $1, but you already gave me way more than $1 worth of pleasure.
Third time batting leadoff in his major league career. Okay for Lawrence Butler. Yeah, we'll spot Eddie. Jacob takes outside, 1-1 strike. Everybody knows about the streak that Jacob is on.
Jacob Wilson's hitting 377.
Straight games to start the season with a hit. Now, a little tapper back to Peterson, who flips it underneath to Alonso, one away. Yeah, a little tapper back to the left-hander, David Peterson on the bump for the.
The nice thing about Jacob Wilson is he never strikes out. Almost never.
For the left-hander in the early go. Couple starts under
Is the doll made in China?
10 2/3 innings, ERA.
Um,
Over 2.5. For the left-hander, he just saw
yes,
it's gonna be
but
change-up.
Porter prefers not to talk about his origin.
Dabbles in the curveball here and there.
Okay. I may have been born in China, but beneath the belt, I'm all African.
He has Rooker now.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Putty Cat. He acknowledges that he was born in China, but he rejected his Chinese citizenship, moved to Taiwan, got a Taiwanese citizenship, and then forsook that citizenship, moved to America, and that's where I gave birth to him. Just this morning.
Here's the Mets defense today.
Yeah, he took my job.
Vientos sent Alonso in the corners with Lindor and Beatty up the middle. Hayden Sanger gets a start behind the plate for the lefty. Peterson.
So I don't know if I mentioned it already,
2 quick outs for Peterson.
but I saved a turtle today. I don't know if I really saved it, but it was sitting in the road. So I stopped the car and I got it and I put it over to the side of the road. It was fine when it was sitting in the road, so it hadn't been run over yet. But I felt glad to be able to save that turtle because the other day I was afraid maybe I'd run over a turtle, although I actually don't think I did. I saw it the last second and I tried to make it go like in between my tires, you know. So I didn't feel any bump like I'd run over it, but then when I looked in the rearview mirror, it wasn't moving anymore. But then Rachel said it probably just pulled itself into its shell. So hopefully I didn't kill that first turtle. But this turtle today, I mean, it might have been okay regardless, but turtles walk too slowly to cross the road.
You did a good deed today for sure.
Yeah, otherwise they could get run over easily enough. Tremendous Trump. Speaking of tremendous Trump, did you see the short of that guy who's got Trump burned into the side of his hill? A middle name should start with I, like igloo. No, Porter was removed from me like an infected appendix. Okay? Because I had my appendix taken out in elementary school. So I just implanted the zygote into my appendix hole and grew it there. Hi, Sophia Slays Beads 12. Do you know what I did today? I made these clothes for my baby. Looking pretty pimpin', huh? You think he'd have a chance with you, Sophia? Hey girl, sup, Sophia? My name's Porter Churchill Murphy. You got a little dust on you. You got a little dust, let me wipe it off. There, you know, you look real cute if you kept some of that dust off you. How you make bracelets? Was it painful getting my appendix removed? I don't really remember. I mean, they put me under when they did it, so. I do remember after they had it removed, I got quite constipated because it hurt to push out poop, you know. That's the only thing I really remember about it. Well, Uncle Fatty, I appreciate your naming, but unfortunately you came when the naming was already complete. This is Porter Churchill Murphy. He was born in China, moved to Taiwan, and then moved to America to be impregnated in my appendix hole. I gave birth to him this morning. So yeah, I don't have an appendix. I haven't had one since I was in 5th grade. Well, he was kind of like a miraculous conception, right? He was born to two very rural, uneducated Chinese people in some very he was very much a surprise, you know. I said, "What's up with this baby?" Except instead of saying that, they said like, "Ching chong, chong chong, ching chong." You good, bro? You seem to be coughing a lot. I'm good, bro. How about you? Are you good, bro? Or are you evil, bro? Baby's still alive, of course. Hey, Rose Violet. How you doing? That's a real pretty name. You know, if you dressed a little bit nicer, maybe you'd really be a looker, you know. You wanna go out to the car with me? I can show you my engine. You just need to stop being so obsessed with with being a gash hound, as they say. He's a real gash hound. Yeah, well, look, I don't approve of his behavior. You know, obviously that's not like me, but sometimes you guys gotta let your children be themselves, even if you don't approve.
All right, Eric, do you want to catch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did I do the waistband thing? I didn't. Okay, it's almost done.
You want it back?
Sure.
It looks great.
Ouch.
So just ignore him. He's just trying to get in your pants, Rose Violet, because he's a real gash hound. Hey, we don't refer to ladies like that, okay? Right, ladies? You feel me? You know I love you, ladies. Sup? Hey, girl. Porter. Colin is insane. Who's Colin? Are we ever gonna draw soulmates again? Yeah, I think maybe we'll do that later on today, even. I was just thinking about it. I was just thinking about it a little while ago when I was making baby clothes. Give you your sister back? I ain't no girl dog. I'm a dog, boy. God. Lordy Lord, sweet Lordy Lord. Boy, I slept like a baby. I woke up every 30 minutes screaming for boobs. That's the more concise version of that joke. Putin. Yeah, Drum's soulmate is Putin. Good one. I like that. That's clever. This baby has seen some things, yeah. But, you know, he's not the first member of our family from the streets. Trouble, our cat, he's also from the streets. He has AIDS, you know.
The G.
The name stuck, but Churchill's his middle name. His first name's Porter. Porter Churchill Murphy. That's his name. You can just call me PCM for Porter Churchill Murphy. Or maybe I could. Hey, you. What? I'm your father. You ain't my dad. You need to listen to me. I want you to monogram PCM on my jacket. For Porter Churchill Murphy. So we got multiple people's names incorporated. That's good. That's not a bad thing. Someone suggested Porter, someone suggested Churchill, someone suggested Murphy. I went with those. You're India all by yourself, huh? The Atu Ai. This might be the new Dilbert, this guy. Porter. I ain't no Dilbert. You ain't gonna catch me be some wage slave in an office building. No. Come here, girl. Let me see that. You thick, aren't you? I want some of that action. Porter, you need to stop being such a sex addict. He can't even have sex because he's just a little baby still. He's obsessed with it already. Obviously, he must be a censor. Uncle Patty, you just came in a little too late with Steve. You know, at that point, it had been determined. Yeah. I don't believe in any of that personality type stuff. There's only one Porter Churchill Murphy, and that's me. I call all babies Steve. They love me. Great. That's a good joke, Buddy Cat. What's the difference between a Joe Biden speech and a Donald Trump speech? When Biden is speaking, you wonder if he's had a stroke. When Trump is speaking, you wonder if you've had a stroke. That's funny. I like that joke. Oh, I was too hot. That was too hot to push on my finger on it. Sometimes you can push it down a little bit, but if it's too hot, then you could get a burn. Yeah, dog. Let me pull a rip. All right. Porter Churchill Murphy. Let me pack you a ball. Damn straight. Don't pack me no baby-sized bowl neither. Just because I'm a baby don't mean I can't pull a real-sized bong rip. Hey, here you go, Porter. Okay, stop. Okay, I'm ready to blow it out now.
Alright, you got yourself legitimate doll clothes now. Yeah.
Wow. It's even got a bow in the back.
That's how chicks dress when they're a doll.
Cameron, you and I should be fashion designers or something.
I've done a little bit of sewing before. But I'm not that interested in that. Done like a little upholstery for a motorcycle seat.
This is a boy's pattern. You put me in boy's clothes. It's a dress. But look, he's wearing it and he's a boy. I ain't just a boy, I'm a man. You look good, little one. Hey, shorty. What's going on? Oh, no. Hey, man, it's been a while. I just got in an accident on my street bike recently. I'm happy to be alive. Oh, getting in an accident on a motorcycle, you should be happy happy to be alive. Yeah, motorcycle accidents are not safe things. That's why they're called murder cycles. Shea Langoliers up to the plate, hitting .233 on the season. As you may or may not know, Rachel and I are co-presidents of the Shea Langoliers fan club. You know what we call motorcyclists in the hospital? No, what?
Donors.
Organ donors.
Donors.
Cameron knew the answer. I didn't know it. I am cheering for Shea Langoliers. He's at bat right now. Come on, Shea Langoliers, let's go. You had a not terrible start to the beginning of the season for a catcher. You know, he's hitting .233, but that's kind of around where he hits. He's a good defensive catcher.
Get hit in the leg like that during his attack and no, I can't finish this. Must have really hurt bouncing ball to the charging Lindor.
So I've got your needle here, Eric. I saw your technique, which is to tie the string to the needle. This is an unusual technique, but I guess would do the job that it was doing.
Yeah, well, obviously, ideally, you start a whole new piece of thread, but it depends on if you want to do all that work or not.
The thing is, if it works, then it ain't wrong.
got a point there. You know what, Miguel Andujar? I am surprised. I thought you were going to be an ill-advised signing. You know, like, seems kind of like old washed-up guy that nobody wants on their team anymore. But he's already hitting over 300 and 310. So, you know, good job, Miguel Andujar. Alright, now I'm going to put these scissors back. And this sewing stuff. Cameron's not really a big baseball fan, I don't think.
I'll watch it with somebody else.
Do you have a favorite team?
No, I don't. I couldn't name the team.
Not even the Dodgers?
Are they my favorite team? I would say for no reason are they. I just don't have a favorite team. Pair of
I see.
scissors.
We go into here. I'm going to put this back in where it goes. That goes in there. All that stuff goes in there. Sorry to bother you. Alright. Thanks, Charlie. Rachel's in bed. She's not sleeping. She's just lying down listening to the stream. She probably didn't get a great night's sleep last night either because I got an absolutely terrible night's sleep. Yes, Cameron lives in Los Angeles.
in his career.
Man, they Los Angelino, I think they call it.
Start last time out as he catches when they look at 6 up, 6 down for Peterson through 2 innings. There is no score.
So it's like last night, I literally took, I'm pretty sure this is the right number, 6 showers. Because I was so pukey and I had hot and cold sweats, and the only way I could stay temperature regulated was in the shower. And then I puked many, many times last night. Finally, this morning, I puked all the puke out. And I felt better. Willie Jenkin, hello. How are you, Willie Jenkin?
Has anybody ever just held back the puke? You know how you feel some control? Like, what happens if you just hold back that puke forever?
Well, I mean, I could have held it back more than I did, but I was trying to make myself feel better so I didn't feel nauseous, you know? And so...
So you just didn't want to hold it back.
I wanted to get it out. What was going on? I think it was just an excess of everything, you know, just like me taking too many taking these pills, that pill, smoking weed, drinking weed drinks, and then Cameron made a delicious Indian food dinner. It was kind of spicy, and I kind of like shoveled it down my throat real quick.
You started with those spicy forehead sweats,
Yeah.
probably, which I also got a little bit from that food.
And then, before I knew it, I was hurling up a storm.
D2 goes right to personal.
And yes,
normal
6
day.
times. Yes, 6 times, because every time I got back into bed, I'd be like either shivery or all sweaty, and then like, the blanket's all sweaty and gross, and I couldn't get comfortable anywhere but in the shower. At least we have a big hot water heater, so yeah, I was dehydrated probably too. I drank a lot of water last night, but then I ended up like puking it all out. But that's fine. I feel fine now. I do see a nap at some point in my future here today, but I was gonna go lie down with Rachel before the A's game started, but then I just wasn't tired. I lay down for a second. I just said, okay, you know what? I gotta get up and I got to make clothes for Porter Churchill Murphy. And I did, and Cameron dressed this lady. Finally, after that horrible blonde girl stole my clothes. Oh, just steal your clothes. You lost them. I did not lose them. I was wearing them. Well, it looks like you have clothes on now. I know I have them. Thanks to that gentleman over there who made me some. Otherwise, I'd still be naked.
The things I do for Lana Del Rey.
She's like, Pellegrino, huh? Fancy Italian water. I just drank bottles of drinking water. You know, I need to eat some food. I haven't really eaten anything except a little snack here or there since I did all that puking. Before I take a nap today, I'll need to have some lunch, I think. What shall I have for lunch? Well, that's a good question. The answer is, let's answer that question later. No, I'll pass on the more Indian food right now. What's up with these gangsta kids? I don't know. What is up with the gangster kids?
You know, this is going to be a place at times where if you're
What's up, man? How's your weekend? Weekend's going good. Me and Cameron and Rachel went to the swap meet this morning and bought some stuff. Cameron got a couple of tools. I got Porter Churchill Murphy right here. And I made these clothes for him.
So you just went right to the stitching it together stage? You didn't have to make patterns and whatnot? Like I...
Yeah, I just started sewing it.
And it worked pretty good.
Yeah, it was alright. Because as long as you have extra cloth, you can always just sew up a big ugly seam, you know. I'm not caring about trying to get my stitching to look nice, you know. Cameron is the man with the ISTJ plan. He is. Like I should have listened to him yesterday when we were working on my eventual pond. Instead, I was like, oh, it's a big pond, and then it's not, and we have to redo it.
It'll still be fine once again.
Yeah.
I think you can digest that a little easier. 2 balls, no strikes to Soto. There's a strike. You know, buddy, you never told me what your first purchase would be if you were signing a $765 million contract. We alluded to the chain, but you didn't give me a specific. Do you have anything in mind?
We are not Phillies fans, no.
Okay. Absolutely nobody can.
I'm an athletics fan. Rachel's an athletics fan. Cameron's not a huge baseball fan in general, I guess. I don't like the Phillies, but I don't hate the Phillies either. I don't like the Eagles. I don't like the Eagles at all.
Saker is working. The fact that you're seeing him really comfortable with that cutter as well, just a pitch that heads in a completely different direction.
Well, let's all stay out of prison. What do you say? Does that sound like a good plan?
It's my lifestyle, Holmes. Going to prison is my lifestyle, Holmes.
Rachel is not a Mets fan. Rachel is a Yankees fan. And an athletics fan. We're both athletics fans. We became A's fans when we moved here, both at the same time. I think it's very fair to say that we're both bigger A's fans than anything else. I actually got the MLB season pass thing, so I can watch any game.
Time now for StatCast, powered by Google Cloud. We're going to take a look at the
But
between JT Ginn and the polar bear. Started him off, cutter, strike one, high, that backdoor sinker, strike two.
I haven't used it much yet.
The polar bear bores one in off his leg, is able to spin on one, and then another one off his foot.
Cameron and Mini Cameron?
To finish it off.
Is this Mini Cameron?
There was JT Ginn doubling up on the inside part of the plate, and in an effort to get the
Well, it's backwards, right? Like he's green on the bottom, brown on the top. Cameron's green on the top, brown on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, though. Yeah, we are having a little bit of a matchy fashion faux pas.
Yeah. Rachel's both a Yankees fan and a Rangers fan instead of an Islanders fan, even though she's from Long Island. So, I guess like people in Long Island would give her shit about that, but she stuck to her guns. She's a Rangers fan.
Side saddle, oh no. Didn't keep it in front this time, but sunglasses might make up for it. Looks pretty good there.
Oh, good pitch.
Officer Dingle.
Okay.
Who's that?
I think I'm inclined to go
If you don't know who Officer Dingle is, go ahead and look him up.
maybe put on
I don't know
my
the
boots, my gloves, and go look at the pond a little bit.
Yeah, we can go tear it up. Now, let me ask you this. Do you have a section of hose that's not as big as a garden hose that we could put underwater and siphon that water out of it?
Well, we'll get that when we get the pump.
But as for right now, what do you want to...
Well, I mean, we can just pull out the tarp and then the water will just go into the ground, I guess, you know.
We'll do however it happens. It's fine.
Okay. Rockley says, "Hey Eric, ain't seen you live a while, dude." Well, you know, Rockley, maybe it's because you're not getting notifications or something. Because I go live pretty regularly. And you know, it's like yesterday on Friday, I was feeling impatient to get my Adderall, but when I get my Adderall, it's very slabby. It has to do with the meaning slabs, as they're called. And I'm glad I didn't get it yesterday, because then I basically detoxified, purged everything out of me last night. So I'm feeling, renewed a bit. But I do need to eat some lunch. I think what I'll have for lunch is
I've got that box of tomato soup.
Do you want to eat some lunch before we go outside?
Either way, doesn't matter to me.
I could go for some of that soup. Is it, I just put it in a bowl and put it in the microwave?
Yeah, it's in the bag over there. Yeah, that was what you want.
That's good. This is perfect for my stomach. It's a nice soup. How long do you think I should put it in for?
Between by a minute and a half, it'll be plenty. But
1 minute might be underdoing it.
Myself a couple pieces of sourdough toast to go with it. Perfect. There. Okay. Oh, hey, sorry, I didn't notice you guys there. My name's Porter. I just want to say hi to all the ladies out there. May I just say you are looking sexy. If it just weren't for that one thing. So now I'm making soups for babies. You're one to talk. I try to control him. He's difficult to control, D2. He's a wild card. He's a loose cannon. Okay? He's a loose cannon and he plays by his own rules. It's going to take a little bit more than Ike saying, hey, you, to dissuade that baby. Now that's what I call a dollar well spent. You know, that baby has already given me way more than $1 worth of entertainment. The bread get a little bit warmer. Maybe I don't even need it really toasted, but it's still like cold, so that's not good. Nobody wants cold bread. I've had to do a lot of driving the last few days, but I'm glad that we didn't have to do much driving this morning because the problem was less meadows. Still kind of frozen-y, but it's fine. Alright, here we go. Who got on base? Good job. You're gonna challenge Churchill to a duel, huh? I should warn you, he carries around a period flint-loaded musket. Just in case. One of the gun ones though, you know. Not the rifle one. Now that's a delicious soup. I'm the one who shot Aaron Burr, motherfucker. I don't think Aaron Burr was the one who was shot, right? Shut up, you. Did you just try to hit me? Mmm. This tomato soup is fantastic.
Is that the with bell pepper one or something?
I don't know.
I've got two types that I'm not sure which one.
This looks like their normal tomato soup. But have you ever had this Trader Joe's tomato soup? Mmm, so good. It comes in like one of those cartons you might get chicken broth in. So, you know, you can twist off the lid, pour half of it, serve it one meal, half of it another meal. But don't forget about it or it'll go bad, you know. Mmm. It's so good. It's everything you want tomato soup to be. And more. Because, you know, tomato soup should feel homey and healthy and stuff. Yes, this is creamy tomato soup. What kind is it? I don't know. Cameron will tell me when he goes and looks at it in the fridge. I'll put him in the fridge. He's out.
Organic tomato and roasted red pepper soup.
Organic tomato and roasted red pepper soup. Yeah, this is delicious. I'm not sure if it's the electrolytes or what, but it's delicious. Ernest, get picked off on first base? Come on now. Yeah, with a piece of sourdough bread in it, it's super good. It's kind of like eating tomato soup out of a bread bowl, except without the bowl is just regular bowl, but it has a piece of bread in it.
Showing the runner first that I didn't have the baseball in my hand, fake over, get him to dive back, engage the rubber, and by that time I'm looking in, I've got my sign from the catcher. The runner on first is laying on his belly, and the hitter's going to have to call a timeout so that everybody can be in a good position. And it was just a lot of cat and mouse, a lot of back and forth, but eventually what happens is those runners over there, one of two things happens. They get irritated and they realize, I'm not going anywhere, let me just anchor down. Or they get a little aggressive. They feel like they want to challenge you. They start to get a little further off than they normally should. 2-2. And that's a diving attempt. And blocked by Beatty. Good play by the second baseman. Three great innings.
You know, it's easy to make sourdough if you wanted to make it.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not.
Literally, all you do is make regular dough and leave it out for 24 hours. When you get back to it, it'll smell like alcohol. That's sourdough. Isn't that interesting? You hear about all these complicated things like the mother loaf or whatever, but it's very easy to make sourdough bread. You guys know that? If not, well, what can I tell you? You're welcome. You are welcome. I need a beverage. I think I'm going to get a Heineken. Not an alcoholic, of course. Oh, I didn't get my drink yet. Ah, what a wonderful lunch. Thank you, Cameron.
Yeah, no problem. Trader Joe's rocks. Most all of their stuff, or at least the stuff I buy from there.
Yeah, they have a lot of good stuff at Trader Joe's. Rachel used to work at Trader Joe's. Yeah, well, I don't want to be a hypocrite, so of course I have to let Porter Churchill Murphy take bong rips too. It would be unfair for me to deny him. Okay, so we'll get him a bong rip going right now.
In 2022, here to the Athletics. There's a little bit extra motivation for him today that the team that drafted him partly developed him and then sent him to the A's. Well, it's been our benefit for sure, no doubt. And there's always that little chip on your shoulder. I think rightfully so. That teammates are coming to you and just feels like in relationship, right? You like me enough to pay me to play this game. I'm more than happy to do whatever you need for me to do to help us win. And if that's, me getting to the big leagues, being able to do that here, well, that's the dream.
I bet you I've already gotten more fun out of this baby than whatever child it was gotten for initially.
But we know that is simply not the case. 3-2. Battles back with a sticker and strikes out Marte. Good pitch by JT Gibbs.
Toys are too fun for children. They shouldn't be allowed to have them. You have to be an adult before you get to play with toys.
Kids need adult tools, like drills and saws, sledgehammers.
Arc welders.
Fuck yeah. Plasma cutters.
I got my 2-year-old out chopping logs with a chainsaw. Let's go, Athletics. The pitcher's doing a good job today. Mr. Ginn. Apparently, just recently called back up from the minors. Today's his first start of the season.
In some ways, continued the trend. I know it's been a little struggle out of the gate. On hop to the shortstop Wilson, who guns it over to first. 2 down.
Yo.
Now a word from
Yo.
Spud.
What? I want another bong rip. Okay. Fine. If you're going to be smoking all this weed, Porter, then... Well, I mean, you can't expect me to chip in. I'm just a baby. How am I going to afford my own weed? Okay. Good point. I guess it's unreasonable of me to expect a baby to buy its own weed.
How many cigarettes could a kid steal from their parents who smoke before the parents realize cigarettes are missing? I wonder.
Probably with me for a fair number. I don't really keep track of how many cigarettes I got left in my pack. Oh, come on. What are you doing out there in the outfield, mister?
Is there any soup left?
It's in a box in the fridge. Yeah.
Oh, thank
Sure.
you.
And the bowl I use, which is perfect for that, is in the sink. It's full of water, but it's easy enough to just rinse the rest of it out.
Okay.
Make a moonwalk. I'm not a monkey that performs for your pleasure. All right? Rose Violet. However, I might be all right if you perform for my pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, girl. I'm sorry about Porter. I like this to be a safe space for women and everybody, but he's just such a player. I can't seem to stop him from doing that all the time. Hate the game, not the player. Okay, Porter. Ain't my fault that Rose Violet's all up on my jock. Are you sure that's what's happening?
But Brett, it seems to work right now.
What happened to my eye? I broke it, winking at all the shouties.
All the showers?
There. But yeah, I do a lot of winking to get the shouties' attention. Like, wink, wink, wait. Like, wink. See? Winkety wink. Don't shake your baby. Hey, he's not shaking me. He just helped me move around. Because I'm just a baby. But girl, let me tell you, if I were a little bit older, I'd tap that ass. Where did you get this from, Porter? Because that's what happens when you carry a baby to term in your appendix hole, like I did. Ain't got nothing to do with your appendix. I just love the ladies. Ain't nobody need to burp me, all right? I'm just fine. Oh, okay. Well, maybe one burp is okay. Why do you talk like an old black man? I just talk like I talk. You worry about how you talk, let me worry about how I talk. Okay? All right, Porter. Porter Churchill Murphy. Why you let this girl steal my look? Because we only had a certain amount of cloth to use, Porter. Hey, girl. Hi there, Porter. You're a little bit big for me, I think. A lot of girls tell me that. If you ask me, you're just the right size. Oh, Porter, what are you doing? I'm doing blackface. What am I doing? Gosh, what's come over me? You just can't help it because Porter's got all that you're looking for, girl. Wow, I'm sorry you guys had to see this. This is clearly pornographic stuff that shouldn't be on YouTube. Get your head. I was just looking for my lost keys. You were looking for your keys, huh? Yeah. Why is your lipstick all messed up? Because I messed up my lipstick looking for my keys. In his crotch? Well, I thought they might be back there somewhere. They got the same clothes, so.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, similar looks, I guess. Channel's going to hell. I don't think Channel's going to hell. I think these guys are fine. Jacob Wilson is like in 6th place all time. Uh-oh, Ike is mad. What's the capital of Bulgaria? Bulgaria town, obviously. Bulgarian, capital of Bulgaria. At some point, Rachel and I are going to watch and find out what happens. And we give you a follow-up regarding the leprechaun lady.
Yes.
We have a plan to watch more of that and find out what happens.
If you're gonna know.
I have a feeling I know what happens, but I could be wrong. I'm assuming she gets the gold back for the leprechauns. That gold belongs to the leprechauns. Well, what a great concept, though, for an adult film, right? A guy finds a bunch of gold, takes it home, but this leprechaun lady follows him home, knocks on his door, says, "Who are you?" She's like, "I'm the leprechaun, and that gold belongs to the leprechauns." And then I guess they're gonna have a fight or something to get it back. I'm not sure. We're gonna watch it and we're gonna find out. Okay. Rachel and I normally don't watch adult films together, but this one's really piqued my interest. It piqued my interest so much that I didn't get to any of the adult part of it. I was just so smitten with the beginning of it. I had to make a short of that girl's horrible acting. So we'll fill you in. I'm assuming it was made for like St. Patrick's Day. Nice job, Shay Langoliers. Nice job. Way to get ahead. We needed that. Now we got first and second. 2 people are on base. We have a 1-run lead. Jacob Wilson already scored. Google is a spoon. Google is not a spoon. But, you know, I appreciate your willingness to express your unpopular opinions. Unpopular and wrong opinions. Because we can all agree that Google is not a spoon. Now let me get my socks on so I can put my shoes on. So we can go outside and take a gander at the goose.
Are you getting ready to do the gnarly project?
No,
Alright, gnarly project. I'll bring my gloves.
I'll get my gloves as well.
Miguel takes low. 1-1.
For good mean use.
Beatty shades second base, now bumps out. 1-1, and eyeing right is Duhart, fouls it away. And this is that long ball we speak of. Griffin Canning changeup, hammered down and in. Snuck it just over that left field wall. I know the boys were having a little
Okay.
back into the dugout.
We're back and better than ever. We're going to put on these socks.
Nothing deep by officer Daniel that time. That's what you got.
Nice job, athletics.
Peterson. And the bases are juiced for J.J. Bleday. That'll be lucky. Yeah, if you're still at second base, I mean, how often have you had guys positioned right behind you? So he's just kind of got to
Drink a Yakult. What's a Yakult?
right behind second.
I think that's a probiotic, like a yogurt in a cup or something.
Huh. Those socks look like you bought them at a blue light special from Kmart in the 80s. These are gold. These are actually gold toe socks. These are good socks. I need to put my boots on, but I also need to get my gloves, which may be outside already.
You have some leather ones in the back.
Okay, yeah. Those white ones?
Yeah.
So let me just put my boots on.
Alright, I'm heading out.
Alright, I'll see you there in a sec. I see. Well, good for that stuff, G. Good for that. And God bless us, everyone. Like strawberry milk in teeny bottles. All right, let's go. Those won't stay on my face. Who am I kidding? Where is the myth here? All right. Let us go then, you and I. Eric, where were you stationed in World War II? I was an integral part of the Pacific Fleet. If it weren't for me, we would have lost the Battle of Midway. They named it after me. I was Corporal Midway at the time. I personally sunk the Yamato with my bare hands. I just swam up to it and punched holes right in its hull. Down it went. Because I'm badass like that, you know.
Alright, I have two types of gloves. Where do you want to put the rocks first there?
Well, why don't we put them up top?
So we'll take rocks from there, we'll chuck them up to here.
Yeah.
And where's your
Except for
upper,
the super big rock.
where's your upper spot going to be? Like
What do you mean?
your upper pool, where stuff going out.
Oh.
Here,
Yeah, like right there, I guess.
alright. And we'll take all the rocks, not just the top rocks. We'll take them all out so as to you can remove that liner.
Yeah, we'll take it out. But not the biggest rock. You'll probably put them right over there. So, what do we want to do now? We want to.
To me, it seems like you'd want to map out, at least carve with a shovel where you want the project to be, where you want the sides to end up. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Alright, well, I'm thinking let's just slope all the sides way more gradual than it is. And make it a little bit bigger this way. And then make the channel up to here and deal with the tarp at that point, yeah?
How wide do you picture the channel? Yeah. Like what? Okay, so as skinny a channel as we can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so
Want to make a mark of where that channel's going to be first thing? Which tool do you want? Shovel, or pick?
I'll take the pickaxe.
Okay.
Alright, so that's a good spot, yeah.
There's the center of it, so we'll carve out a little wee thing on the right side. Alright. I'll just toss down the hill anything I dig out of here.
Sure.
You want to widen it this way?
Yeah. You're good. get the water out?
Yeah. Then put the tarp would be more possible.
Yeah, okay.
Ooh, is this? Ooh, Eric. There's a white pipe there. Let's be real careful.
Oh yeah,
Where's this coming from?
probably something.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, it's that maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Right there.
Regardless, we get put it there, top over that.
I think it's probably smartest to keep like some dirt over it and just not dig.
Okay,
that
then let's do that.
Yeah. We could dig that way a little bit.
I'm surprised it's that shallow.
You can see the fill. So the fill is like 1 to 2 feet, I guess, probably 2 feet. But it's not really 2 feet right there though, is it? Like one. This is what it's like being a plumber. Only this, it's not pure poo and pee. Alright, that looks pretty successful. So you want to dig like maybe to here?
Yeah. That sounds good. Yeah. You want me to travel with this first and then you dig it out of the shovel?
Well, let's see. With the whole making it sloped, how sloped do you want it? Do you want the bottom to be there and we just slope this a tiny bit and slope?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So just barely.
We kind of need like a shelf where we can put the tarp up on and then put rocks on top of that, you know?
Yeah.
With a little bit of a shelf all the way around.
Tell me what you mean by shelf.
Like right there, right?
Oh, I see.
So we can put
flat,
the
so
tarp.
the rock won't want to slide in. So
Yeah, so we can put the tarp, put rocks around on the shelf part, and then
the way I picture it, and of course it's your project, is ideally you'd have rocks all the way up, so the rocks have a rock below them, and it's just a whole stack of rocks.
what about the tarp?
The first truck goes in, then
Oh, I
rocks
see.
all this size from all the way up. You've got a layer of rock,
Gotcha.
and that protects the tarp because
That's not a good idea.
it's just held, you know. But that means needing.
We have
Not
plenty
needing
of-
that many new rocks. 'Cause we have the
plenty of
two.
rocks,
We have the
yeah.
two giant rocks.
Yeah.
And no, we'll be fine. I think we just need to.
We don't even need to slope it that carefully because we cut it right sides and we put it up on the top. But like you said, we'll try to do what you said.
Do you want to do this? Do you want to just put the tarp there? Just slide the two giant rocks right into there. So that the giant rocks, it's just made out of the two giant rocks, and then other rocks around it.
I mean, we could cut a new piece of tarp.
Well, I'm thinking with the bigger tarp there. Yeah.
All right, let me wash my hands.
Just having this be like nice and smooth, I think, is what's going to also help the tarp.
You know what I think? I think I have tent spikes down there in the shed.
I don't think we really need them.
Okay, let's go with your plan. Hopefully that works out great. You know.
Okay. I'm gonna peek around for more rocks while I have a moment. Right there, I see good rock.
Are we gonna get the tarp?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And then what was it? There was some other thing you were gonna get, wasn't there? I don't know. Yeah, tarp is good.
Come on, shoes. All right, let me get some scissors from the house too.
Yeah. But we shouldn't cut it till we put
Yeah,
it in
we'll
there.
lay it out.
I can picture this one here. We did it just right. We have it so that one of the level parts is here, and it could be a little stool. You could kind of sit on it and look out there.
Okay.
To your right.
So
About here.
we're gonna.
Oh, this is it. We have to think about that.
Right.
Is that piece made out of this?
If we can put a separate piece there as long as it goes over the top of the other piece.
Yeah, that would be pretty reasonable to do that. I mean, we can sacrifice that whole piece if it all works. It doesn't matter if it's broken or not, really. But this one would suffice for that piece to worry about.
I'm gonna cut off a fairly sizable piece of this, and then we can cut it down size from there.
I still think putting it on here first is deceptive how much
Well, I mean, but we can't put the whole thing on there.
True.
So
Here,
let
I'll
me just-
grab the other side if you want to do straight across.
All right. That should be plenty big.
This or that.
This.
We'll see. Okay. Do you want to try to do the whole T thing? It's sort of a T shape.
Sure. Yeah. Try that.
Put the gigantic rocks on the edges.
Well, let's try turning it this way then. Make sure that we have. Probably put another piece there. So.
It's a muddy mess now. Watch out where the scissors point.
Right. Yeah.
Alright, well, see, I'm not really sure once it's pushed down in the middle,
Let's try.
I don't know. It'll be this way. That's fine. Okay, fine. Yeah. Well, if we just rotate it this way, this is gonna end up there, right? Or no, it's not. It's not. Forget it. Forget that.
Leave it like this.
Yeah. Leave it this way.
Yeah.
Okay, so from here,
We start at the bottom, right? Then we go get the people.
oh yeah, the folks at home.
Whew. It's a little warm out here. I think I might take this sweatshirt off.
So, is there any sort of way, like logic you want to use where we save certain types for the very top, or just
No.
throw everything on there?
Yeah.
Alright. I do worry it could mess it up by throwing them, although walking them is a pain. What if I toss them to you right there and you set them? Oh, whoop. Well, that's not the worst idea. Whoops, it's coming. Sorry.
There's a couple big ones for it. Alright, I'll grab some more big ones. Where do you picture either of the gigantic ones?
One of them right here, the other one right there, I guess.
See, look, in that position, this will be a little stool you can chill in. So you don't fall down the hill in the mud.
You okay?
Yeah. I crushed my finger, but I also got dirt and mud inside my nostrils at the same time.
Well,
That's what they say about doing that stuff. Do we need to use teamwork, Eric?
yeah, I think we're gonna.
Alright, where's that one going? Up there, okay. Let's get someplace my foot can go. Okay, let me get a place to put my feet. Jesus. That's perfect.
Perfect.
Now this one, if I could tilt it this way and you put boulders under it, maybe, then it would have its destiny.
Okay.
See if we can balance it on that side.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh shit, sorry.
Okay. Sorry. That's fine.
Yeah, that's good, and then it, so we do need a few more boulders, but
Yeah.
no. Oh, here's some.
Right there.
It's looking pretty pro, actually. Oh, we could trim this. This would make sense to trim this.
Yeah.
You want to toss me those scissors right
Yeah, sure.
That's a hell of a rock. Alright, so do we want to trim this, like, at the, about there?
Yeah. There's a machete.
I think I've got my key knife that'll work too.
Okay. Oh my god, I get so much sweat in my eyes.
You always want to cut towards your face. I've heard you say that on the live stream.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
These all trash pieces.
Yeah. You can just kind of go over here by this bucket. That pot, you know. Alright. Do it for water.
Or wait a minute, no, this was the one we were going to use. I'm not throwing this one out.
Okay.
This is a no.
Alright, let's hold off any further until we get the pump stuff.
Sure.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's looking pretty damn pimping for a little teeny pond, you know?
Okay, then I'll not leave this one out in the weather. I'll bring this one over here with your stuff.
Okay. That's fine. I guess I'll get these scissors, these cigarettes. Yeah, and yeah. And then let's go inside and we'll wrap this up. We gotta take a shower. Oh God. Woo wee woo. There, I'm decent again. Yeah, I do. Okay.
Ooh, it's the dirty shoes central here.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
think-
my shoes off outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them off outside too.
I've got my car shoes, which I'll grab out of there. Yeah, this is just making a mess of your shoe renovation.
This clay is so ridiculous, you know?
Yeah, it really
Okay. Okay. Wee-hoo, as they say in the story of Wee-hoo and the Hooies. Oh, you're back. Yeah, I'm back, Porter. Bring any bitches with you, Porter? All right, that was a good start. Good progress. We got a lot of stuff done today. It's been an activity-packed day. Is Gen still pitching? No, Turner's in. Okay. 2-1 Athletics in the top of the seventh.
Supplement what you got going on. Winkler was on the list. See how he's done as a pinch hitter.
Is that true, Porter? Look, I have hair. Bald is my preferred look.
You need guys that can put together a good professional at bat, find their way on base.
My eye candy is
As far as
baseball.
players are concerned, 11th in the National League with this.
You know, I'm rooting for my athletics to win the game.
The idea of kind of what we're talking about.
But
3-2 bouncing ball to the first baseman. Soderstrom, who will take it himself.
I mean, I think you could potentially go a great long distance, understanding just because I mean, the key thing is just understanding what people are doing, why they're doing it, what they're not doing, why they aren't doing it, what you're doing, why you're doing it, etc. Like a lot of purported disagreements can be stopped right at the beginning and said, hold on, we need to state a specific resolution that we are on opposite sides of. Because death penalty is not a resolution, right? Something like a just society includes capital punishment among possible sentences for capital crimes. What medication is good to heal the brain? I don't know. Vitamin B. Vitamin B supposedly is good for that stuff. And I also take a vitamin B additional thing. It's like this other thing that supposedly activates your vitamin B more. That was in my backyard, Putty Cat. And that was me. I had no choice. It was too hot to continue wearing this sweatshirt. It says it's 66 right now outside. That's not 66. There's no way it's 66 outside right now.
Is that right next to your house, or how far away is the?
Yeah, it supposedly is the temperature right here.
I don't know if it felt warm enough to me. Well, I think I left. Yeah, I left my jacket up there.
I am going to wrap this up real quick so I can take a shower, but I just want to watch a little bit more baseball, pull a few barn reps before I do. It's good to get some exercise, and like Cameron always says, the best kind of exercise. Yeah, that was my Mardi Gras outfit. Spring break! Mardi Gras! Woo! Well, I had to take this sweatshirt off. I was like, it was blazing fucking hot. You can see how much I was sweating. I'm not in that good a shape either, so. I hope you threw me some beads at least, G. If I'm gonna go topless for you, I want beads. Well, you know, I obviously attract a lot of attention. Every time I go to the doctor, he's always like, I think you need a breast exam. I'm like, listen, you perv, get your hands off my titties. That's what I tell him. That looks like an owl. Okay. You know, vaginas are not actually in the shape of a V. Did you know that? They're not in the shape of a V. They're not wider at the top than at the bottom. For 85 degrees is indeed hot. Good job, Cameron. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, no problem. It's always fun to do a little project. And it looks good. I like how it looks.
I think so too. I think it's going to look real good when we get the pump in there. I'm envisioning, adding a little bit more rocks. Why do you get the shivers? Drugs much? What gave me the shivers? Right here? Right now? I don't know. I just got the shivers. Caroline, did you see the clothes that I made for my baby? I made these clothes. I made these pants. I sewed them. See? And I made this coat / cape for him to wear as well. Pretty good job, huh? His name's Porter Churchill Murphy. That's Porter Churchill Murphy to you. Hello there, ladies. Now, gentlemen, if you have trouble with the ladies, check out my channel, Little Baby Pickup Artist, at youtube.com. He's a pickup artist. It is not an unholy abomination. It's a holy abomination. Thank you, Caroline. Thank you for the praise that I solicited from you. You didn't think I could make doll clothes, huh? Well, look at the one Cameron made. He made this lady's clothes out of the same pair of underwear / whatever these things are that I sacrificed for cloth. But we also had a piece of corduroy. That's what I made his jacket out of. And that's what Cameron used for her sash / belt.
It's versatile.
Yeah.
You could use it as a scarf in a pinch, they say.
And do you know how much this baby cost? $1. I got it for $1 at the swap meet.
So I wonder if the folks at home realized we went from making dolls' clothes to working with
To
a
digging a
pickaxe
pond.
and sliding in the mud. Like we just crossed all the. Since I identify as, what should I be identifying as?
You're all genders to all people at all times.
We just were right now.
Well, because they only charged me $1 for it. I said, how much for this baby? They said $1. And granted, he didn't come with these cool clothes. Before he was just this white stuff.
Now with the jacket like that, I'm not saying to do it, but I'm saying that there were punk rock days when people would express themselves further using a Sharpie pen.
I don't think I do that, but I wouldn't mind getting like a little teeny anarchy pin to put on his collar right here.
Ooh.
To make him a little more punk rock, if I could find one.
Could make that out of wire stuff. That'd be a perfect. I don't know about a perfect, but that'd be a wire.
Or maybe instead of anarchy, just says here like really small but really bedazzled, pimp. That's a secret seller, baby. I was surprised when they were like $1. I was like, sold. I want that baby for $1. Rachel got a nice lamp for her desk, for her bedstand next to the bed, which we've needed to get her one for like 2 years, and we finally got it. She paid $4 for it. Good deal. That's a good deal. Jahani Pareda. Jahani Pareda, you don't spell Johnny Ghonny. Jhonny. The H is supposed to go after the O.
I want my kid to stand out.
I think his parents didn't know how to spell Johnny.
That's the best thing you could do.
Nice job, Pareda. I excuse you being named Jahani now. Let's go. Run, 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 run. You're there. You're safe. That's easy squeezy. Muncie scores. 3-1 Athletics. Let's go Athletics. I said, let's go Athletics. I said, let's go Athletics. We're going to break that losing streak. Break that losing streak. Yes, the dog's name is Porter Churchill Murphy. Porter Churchill Murphy. I'm Porter Churchill Murphy. You can call me PCM if you like. I'm the biggest pimp in all of Baby Town. I made these clothes for him too. Come in. What do you think? I made them myself.
And it's Wilson now, who's already extended his hitting streak.
I'm like a real crafty ESFJ lady.
That took a really surprisingly short amount of time to make pretty professional, I would say at least movie grade, because movie clothes don't have to be all perfect.
All
You just have
right.
to work once. I think that's like pretty good for.
Right. Just a little bit of sewing time and a little bit of cutting with some cloth from this. And then the other one was already tore up for rags. It was some old corduroy pants that got so holy that I just tore them up for rags.
When we were painting our house when I was a kid, we of course used rags, like old socks, but we also used my dad's old underwear as the painting rags. It was like,
That's a good thing to use.
it makes sense.
You don't mind throwing that out afterwards.
First pitch to Rooker. We'll step to the bench.
And then we folded them and put them back in his drawer, and
And they were finally white again.
Three runs off of 9 hits. 7 to David Peterson. 2 now.
Okay. So I'm obviously all sweaty.
1-1 breaking ball, and Rooker hits it deep to center field. Taylor's at the track.
He got you.
Gibson makes the catch. Muncie and Correa work together to score the team's.
Too bad, Rook. Too bad. Well, I do believe it's time for me to end this stream so I can go take a shower and change into something a little less muddy. And potentially even think about going to town to the hardware store and maybe getting that water pump I'm looking for. All right, see you all later. Love you. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.